background. There's been a lot of disruption. There's been...
it's been mostly disruptions and then a few sessions.
Rightly put. But, at the end of the day, there are different points of view. And of course, there are serious national issues that come up. There are multiple points of view. There are, of course, issues, and putting the central government to the dock is important. But there are also some regional parties that have voiced their opinion, and it's all out there in the public domain. They say that, look here, we are not able to talk about the issues that affect us as states. How do you look at this?
See, to be fair, both are important concerns. When you want to raise something, which is of importance nationally and which affects everybody, and the government does not allow debate or discussion on it, then we have no choice but to protest. And sometimes, to be very honest, I think the government also sometimes is not prepared to discuss it, so it's easier to adjourn the parliament.
But isn't that such a waste of people's taxpayers' money? Because such valuable time, so many resources that go into parliament.
Yes, definitely. I think when the opposition parties want to raise an issue, I think any government should allow that, and there should be a discussion and a debate about it. Whatever questions are raised, I think it is the duty of the government to answer it.
Right.
So when you don't give space for that, there are so many issues which have been, given to the parliament to, have a discussion on it, and when the government refuses, after a point, the opposition doesn't have a choice. And we have to, disrupt parliament.
Right.
But of course, others, whatever is considered as smaller issues or issues of the states, that, it affects us also. As a state, it affects us, and we want to talk about things which our people are interested in. That gets lost in the process. So right. It's very sad on one side when so many things are there of which concerns people, and we're not able to raise it.
Absolutely. Now, we've been seeing protests on a number of issues, in Parliament, but some of the opposition parties, the TMC, the SP, for instance, have not been participating in those protests. We've also recently seen senior leaders like Mr. Lalu Prasad Yadav, Mr. Sharad Pawar, all talk about the need for a change as far as the India Alliance's leadership is concerned. Where do you stand on this?
No, our party is, we are quite happy with the way it is, but of course when there is a consensus, when there is going to be a discussion, and if there needs to be a change, or if everybody wants to, there's a consensus with that, I don't think my leader has any issues with it, but I think we are very clear, we are with the India Alliance, and I think it is more on ideology and what is important, on secularism and issues like that. Right. It's not a matter of leadership.
Okay, great. Let me come to a couple of issues on Tamil Nadu's performance itself. Your state's per capita income is reported to be 56% higher than the national average, a significant contribution coming in from industries and services sectors. Sustaining this growth trajectory while balancing social equity is always the challenge. There are states which have, a high developmental index, yes, but they don't have as much of success as far as industry is concerned. And the converse is also true. Yes. There are states which have stupendous success in industry, but they do not have the same social indicators. How do you balance this challenge?
I think right from the days of the Justice Party and this Dravidian movement, the concentration has been on social indicators improving, education for all, inclusive growth. And when you talk about education for all, we ensure that school education, reaches everybody. And we started the midday meal scheme. It was actually started, as a sample pilot project in Chennai by the Justice Party when they were in governments. And later, Kamraj, when he was the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, he brought in the midday meal scheme. And of course, governments have changed, but I can say this for Tamil Nadu, that nobody has tried to stop the scheme. They've only expanded. Let it be Dr. Kalainar when he was the Chief Minister, or Dr. MGR, or Madam Jayalalitha. Everybody has actually expanded on the midday meal scheme so that children come to schools. And Tamil Nadu has consistently worked on making sure that children come to school, finish their education, and also about ensuring that most of them go to colleges for higher education. If you look at the indicators and numbers, we are far ahead compared to, which I think Tamil Nadu's higher education enrollment is 47%, whereas the national average is only 28%. So we are far ahead because I think in the DMK government, when Dr. Kalainar was a chief minister, he ensured that there are colleges in 2-tier, 3-tier cities and smaller places in districts. We ensured that there are medical colleges, government medical colleges, and also arts and science colleges in every nook and corner of the state, so that people don't have to come to larger cities like Chennai or Madurai to get a higher education. They could, because especially the girls, women, children will not be allowed to, travel that far, because we are still a traditional country. So that way women got, education, and it was easier for them. They didn't have to go and spend on stay or food or anything. So children from underprivileged backgrounds also could get higher education very easily. And today the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, Mr. M.K. Stalin, he has brought the two schemes. One is Pudumai Pen scheme. That is 1,000 rupees to every girl who studied in a government school. When she goes to college, she's given 1,000 rupees. So that it will take care of her expenses in, academic expenses and travel expenses, whatever. So that has actually helped in improving our enrollment in colleges. Nearly 34% increase. So, and now they've started the same scheme for young boys who go into colleges also from government schools. So I think we've always concentrated on making sure that education and opportunities are there. It's an inclusive thing.
Right.
It's just not leaving anybody out. The same way when you talk about health, all the human index indicators, we've ensured that, farmers get their, whatever the benefits they need to get, or women and underprivileged children. So that is, it's been a holistic growth in Tamil Nadu, and even when you bring industries, it's not centered in one particular city or something like that. We ensure that industries go to different parts of Tamil Nadu, so nothing is really left behind.
Right. And of course, the midday meal scheme has been then since replicated across the country, across states, across geographies, and certainly, of course, that indicates its success. But one of the aspects, in terms of the long-term planning has to be about of industrialization. But Tamil Nadu happens to be one of the big borrowers. It borrows more than even bigger states like Maharashtra and Uttar Pradesh. So how do you plan for long-term growth without too much of, exposure when it comes to borrowing and reducing this reliance on borrowing?
Of course, we are badly affected by GST, and now GST compensation also is becoming a big question mark. We are losing around 20,000 crores every year because the compensation might be stopped. So in a situation like that, and when you are, keen about welfare politics and schemes, then and you don't get enough support, because Tamil Nadu has controlled population over the years, so we lose out a lot. So to ensure that there is infrastructure. Without infrastructure, there's no industry, and there's no actual growth, and it also has to be sustainable. I think today Tamil Nadu, is one of the top performers when it comes to sustainable development also. So when you want to ensure all this and when you want development to be inclusive, I think we have no choice but to borrow.
Right. No, but devolution, that brings me to the next question I was about to ask you. It's something that the Chief Minister has spoken about, many of your party leaders have spoken about, that in terms of devolution to Tamil Nadu and several of your neighboring states in the south have also raised this issue that somehow they believe that the kind of devolution happening is a little against them. 16th Finance Commission is also seized of this matter, has sought details from various states. How do you plan to take this issue forward?
We have been raising it in Parliament when Chief Minister meets the Prime Minister, and we've written to the Finance Minister, and we've also, reached out to the Finance Commission, because to be very honest, if we give 1 rupee as taxes from our state, we get back only 28 or 29 paisa. So I think it's, not even half of what we give, we get back. So I think we are losing out just because we've performed well. Just because